Okay, so we are back at Howard's. It's been a couple of months since we were here and we did a bit of a verification. We put Rise and Shine on and a few of the liquids, Dan's Winter Magic being one of them, and it has come out absolutely fantastic. Even in these areas where we get very little sun in the winter, they've come out marvellous. Let's just take a look under here where we normally get a lot of dieback under the tree. Even this has come through really well and very little bare spots other than a few worm cast bits of damage. Just finishing off in this top right corner, looking smart. And we've not even done our renovations yet, so today we're going to be doing the 7 S's of lawn care, and first up is the Scalp. So first of all, we get our Hater Harrier 48 Pro out and we start reducing the height of the lawn. We don't just get on straight away with the cylinder mower because it would just be too stressful on the blade. So we reduce the height with the Hater using the big, powerful, strong engine to create the suction, which means we can take more off without having to empty the grass box because it acts like a vacuum into the back of the bag. And even though I cut it on number 1, it was still quite long, but that was alright because in a moment of serendipity, I forgot my Sterling blades today, so I had to use Howard's Kensington, and this hasn't been run for a few years now, but it is working absolutely fantastic, and the power of the engine just sliced through this grass, no problem whatsoever. Even though I love my Sterling, there is no replacement for that engine. It's just doing an absolutely fantastic job of getting rid of all this top growth. Now you might be asking, why are we doing this when the lawn looks fine already? We need to get rid of all this top growth because when we get to July, August, all our growth that we're going to be getting from feeds and that is going to be growing on top of this if we don't get rid of it. So we scalp it right back. And like I said before, with painter and decorator, we remove all the old wallpaper before we start putting new on the wall. And this ensures we get the best job possible. And don't forget, all this grass is still there. We've not killed the plant off. We're just scalping it back to the crowns, and then that will grow through the top dressing that we'll put on and mix in with the new seed, and we'll have a lovely new canvas to play with this year. And I go both ways just to make sure I pick up anything that I may have missed. And look at that. I could actually imagine myself playing cricket on this lawn. Hit it with the delivery. Now I've had my fun in the sun, it's time to get back to business, and we're getting the WeeBang Scarifier out. With it being a dwarf ryegrass lawn, there won't be much thatch comes out, but it's still good practice to get on there and see what comes out. And as you can see close up, not much at all, but nevertheless, it's still good to do it. If you had a fescue or a bent lawn, I would expect you to have more. And then what we'll do is we'll finish off with the Verifying cartridge. This will pick up what we've just took off, and then it will leave the grooves behind ready for the seed to fall into. If you wanted to find out more about the Verifying cartridge, just head over to allett.co.uk and it's in the cartridge section. Just take a look at what we've took out with the Scarifier and then going over with the Verifier, and look at that, a leather jacket. I actually must have found around 30 in the front lawn today, so I hope these don't cause too many problems going forward. And the third S is slotting. If you've just got some areas where you just want to top it up with a few more holes, especially where the edges where the seed could wash off, then this is a great tool to use at this point. Now we've done the slotting, we can get on with the fourth S, which is seeding, using the Extreme seed. As always, the dwarf ryegrass, and look at that, it's all over nice. Even though it was a bit windy, we got it done in the end. And now it's time for the fifth S in the lawn care calendar, which is spreading. So we're going to be spreading our field compost number 4 with our discount code there, DHLE15, and that's for use at fieldcompost.co.uk. It's peat free, spreads beautifully, it comes really dry, and it just spreads through. Remember, a good rule of thumb is that when you spread in top dressing, you should be able to see the green of the old grass. If you can't see any green, then you've probably got too much on. I just use my rake, which I got from Screwfix. A lot of people say, why not using a compost roller, man? Why not using a levy loot? Because this works and I don't need to. I've only got the room in the van for the rake. I haven't got room for compost rollers, and this is so fine that it would just fall out of a compost roller. And a lute just does the same job as the rake, so I'm happy. Leave me alone. Another bugbear of mine is people asking me why I don't roll the lawn after, because you don't need to. Do you roll a seed when you plant it in a pot or plant it in the border? No, you just plant it and leave it. We don't want any compaction on top of that seed because it won't be able to grow through. I say it in every video. So now I'm off my soapbox, I can continue finishing this spreading, and then we can get on with starting our 6th S, which is spraying. As you know, I like to spray a wetting agent, in this case H2Go, after we've spread the top dressing. This is because anything that's rotted down naturally, because of the funguses that help break it down, they leave behind a waterproof coating on the product, and this needs breaking down so water can get through it. Otherwise, the water just runs off and there's a risk you'll wash your seed off with it. And then the 7th S of lawn care is to soak. So what we're going to do is, now we've got the wetting agent on, we can now wash this in and give this a really good soak. It's so windy today, it is just crucifying this lawn. So I've spent extra time in the areas where I know it dries out the most, and that is under this sycamore. This bottom end is a bit wet anyway, so I didn't really need to water it that much, but I just wanted to make sure the seed got a good coating because I'm not back here till next week. So there you go. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. We'll take care, and we'll see you next time here on Daniel Hibbert Lawn Expert. Bye for now.